Good
Mm-hmm.
ones too. Gandalf. Oh no! Oh no! Hold on, hold on. Okay, okay. Bam!
Mm-hmm.
See that at the bottom of the screen? That's who we are. That's the Zen
Yeah.
Burros on your right, and
Yep.
on your left, I am the Lord of Gimpia, philosophical vagabond.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how else would you consider yourself other than the Zenist of Burros?
Most philosophical bureaus.
I'm trying to, because for those of you that don't know, the reason why I called myself the philosophical vagabond is because I used to have a blog called uh, Musings of the Digital Vagabond.
Yeah.
So, let me think about this. Burro teas.
What?
Your burro teas.
Broties?
Yeah, it's like burro plus Socrates equals burro teas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How do you like that one? You don't like it.
Silver Burrow.
You're like, I don't like it.
I'll think of something later.
Of course you will. See, I think you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, where the heck did do you remember how to turn on the guest titles?
Shit.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Wait, how come it has your name but not my name? Hold on. I set this up before, dude. You remember, right?
What's up?
There it is. It wiped out my name.
That's weird.
Yeah, because everything else was exactly like I left it. That's very strange, huh? I'm gonna make them like some kind of. Let's see if that changes it. I didn't do anything. Oh well. All right. So if I remember right, we left off. Did we read 13? No, we didn't.
Hold on. Because I was thinking, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we read it, but we might not have.
Did we?
Because I remember 15, like, keep in mind, you should always behave as you would do at a banquet.
Oh, you're right. Well,
But then, I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember because we've just been talking about this back and forth off stream anyway.
that and we've been reading the discourses, and like we talked about before. There's a lot of overlap.
Yeah, I don't know. We could start at 13. It doesn't matter.
Let me hold on. If you want your children, oh no, we didn't read that. We didn't read 13 because look at 14. I don't remember reading that on stream.
All right.
All right. Oh, we probably did read 13 though. Well. If you want to make progress, don't mind appearing foolish and silly where outward things are concerned. Don't wish to appear inexpert, a problem I still have. If some people think you are somebody, distrust yourself. It is not easy. You can be sure to keep your own will in harmony with nature, simultaneously secure outward things. If you care about the one, you are completely bound to neglect the other. So he's saying that basically, just in case, random people that don't know Stoicism, Epictetus' thing is some things are in your direct control and other things are not, right?
Yeah.
So internals versus externals, basically. So for the Stoics, the only thing you have true control over are your own will, the use of impressions.
Yeah.
Everything that encompasses your faculty of reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so to extend that, he's saying that, like, if you focus on externals, you'll neglect internals.
Yeah.
And if you focus more on internals, conversely, that's what you'll concern yourself with. And externals won't matter so much. And, from my experience, like when I am fully cognizant of that,
Yeah.
it's pretty true.
Yeah, same here. This is especially useful when you are playing a role, like if you're at work or, a family role even sometimes.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. But, about like even if some people think you're an expert, distrust yourself. There's a cultural problem here where we have to pretend like we're an expert in something.
Yeah, because people tend to misjudge you and think you're stupid if you're not, like, talking about how great you
Yeah,
are.
if you're not like if here's what I noticed, like if you stutter or if you stumble over your words a lot, let's say you're trying to sell a product, people will automatically not really be interested.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, dude, like, I told you about this math teacher too, right? Like, he had a super stutter problem,
Yeah, yeah.
but he had a PhD in the Mathematicas.
Uh-huh.
And, like, just to show you, like, how people, I mean, because I kind of want to illustrate this for
Yeah.
people watching the VOD, right? So this guy was ridiculously smart when it came to math, but he was so ashamed of his stutter that in order not to see people making fun of him, he kept his back turned to the class while he wrote on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because the first day he didn't do that and tried to lecture the way most professors would, right?
Right.
You notice people started laughing when he would open his mouth, so then he just turned the other way. But the dude was one of the most knowledgeable people and taught me more about math and number theory than any other math class I had ever taken. And he wasn't even supposed to teach that. He just thought it was cool and that it would help us understand what we were doing in the book.
Yeah.
And, like, so this goes to the other thing. Like, Epictetus always talks about, like, not taking appearances for granted, too, because, like everything else, they're just impressions. They're not. You have to observe people for a prolonged period of time
Yeah.
before you can judge them. Like Seneca would say, judge them worthy of being a friend, or whether or not you want to keep from associating with them.
Right.
Anything you want to add, dude?
I was just thinking kind of a funny thing, like if you're a salesperson or a car dealer, used car dealer, like the nature of the job is kind of, to use the word that the philosophers look down, like sophist-like.
It is, man.
Yeah, and so it's interesting that if you're in that kind of role, you kind of have to lie a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know, it's kind of weird because I think as a species, that's kind of like human nature. We're always trying to one up the other person, or,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's weird because if you have integrity as a salesman,
Yeah.
it is possible to make a living, but I've had friends who with extensive sales experience that have found themselves in a position where they're told to lie to customers.
Oh, yeah.
And they end up quitting because they refuse to do that. And, I applaud you.
Yeah, I can't really blame them for that.
No.
Because if I was told to lie about something, I wouldn't. It's kind of weird. Because, I do my own research, so I try to make sure people understand what they're buying.
Yeah, man.
That's the best I can do in that role.
Yeah, like, I mean, because the thing is, every product has benefits and drawbacks, right? Even in the same space, like different microphones. Some microphones, even though they say they're unidirectional, sometimes they'll pick up sound from other,
Yeah,
um, or um, maybe like the mic won't be as good at like picking up um, lower pitches,
right.
so then things will start to sound muffled. I mean, but each microphone has its use. Like if you're looking for something cheap and you need something better than onboard audio, like yeah. But then you know, as long as you understand, and like Epictetus says this in the discourses too, like um when he talks about everyone having their price, just know what your price is.
Yeah.
And when it comes to products, just know what you're getting
Mm-hmm.
and be okay with that. If you're not okay with it, then look for something else. Same thing with, your internal stuff. Like if you know you have a price, just be sure like you're willing to accept the consequences of that.
Right.
He's not saying it's good or bad because he was talking about like politicians and stuff. He said um, everyone has something they're willing to trade for, basically. So just be aware of what your thing is. Um, let me see. Let me see if I can read this through the screen. If you want your children and wife and friends to survive no matter what, you are silly for wanting things to be up to you that are not up to you, and things to be your own that are not your own. You are just as foolish if you want your slave to make no mistakes. Uh, uh, hold on. Oops. For you are wanting inferiority not to be a flaw, but something else. But if your wish is not to be frustrated in your desires, it is in your power. Train yourself then in this power um, that you do not have.
That you do have.
Or, oh, did I say not? I did.
Yeah.
That you do have. Our master is anyone who has the power to implement and prevent the things that we want or don't want. Whoever wants to be free, therefore, should wish for nothing or avoid nothing that is up to other people. Failing that, one is bound to be a slave. I think we may have recently read this in the discourses too,
Yeah.
because it was worded slightly differently from what I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
See, like you said, it's really hard to say because we've been talking about this stuff a lot off stream.
Yeah.
It is really difficult to.
I think that's the point, though. If you're,
Beedly boop. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My turn.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that you should always behave as you would do at a banquet. Something comes around to you, stretch out your hand and politely take a portion. It passes on, don't try to stop it. It has not yet come. Don't let your appetite run ahead, but wait till the portion reaches you. If you act like this toward your children, your wife, your public positions, and your wealth, you will be worthy one day to dine with the gods. And if you don't even take things when they are put before you, but pass them by, you will not only dine with the gods, but also share their rule. It was by acting like that Diogenes and Heracles and others like them were deservedly divine and called so.
The funny thing is, this is a cultural conflict too, like you were mentioning earlier, with the, if somebody thinks you're somebody,
Yeah,
distract yourself.
yeah,
This, I can't speak for other countries, but I can say like basically what I find prevalent in culture here in the U.S.
mm-hmm,
We have a tendency to take more than we need
yeah,
in a lot of different areas of life, dude.
mm-hmm,
Like if you're a straight male, there are a lot of dudes that tend to think they could always do better or find the next hottest or coolest girl, whatever. And what that sometimes leads to is that you end up blowing your life up, you know?
Yep.
Like if you're chasing money because you think somehow that it's going to make your retirement that much better, and you don't really care about your family, and I've seen this happen, like the rest of your life just starts to erode. And
Yeah.
it's literally like what he's talking about here. You're taking more than what is your portion, what is your share, more than you need. Um, and then when you do that, um, just like the last passage says, when you focus on one thing, you're inherently going to neglect the other thing. Um,
Definitely.
I find it interesting here that he says, you know, and if you don't even take things uh, when they're before you but pass them by, you will not only dine with the gods but share in their rule. What do you think that's about? Because I haven't really thought much about that.
Um, Part of me wants to say like it's a sign of self-sufficiency, but I think the other part is the fact that you're able to not even give in to desire for anything. Well, you know what you need and don't really desire things that you don't need.
Yeah.
Because, well, that's the essence of, I would think, what the Stoics would consider freedom. Like the freedom to figure out and decide, do I actually need this?
Right.
Or, like, am I just something I don't really need and it was just a fleeting desire for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny, right? Because being a computer nerd, sometimes I randomly think like, oh, I could get it. Like I could get good deals on better parts than the PC.
Oh yeah, like that's the other thing, like the sales and all that. So let's talk about online sales, like
Oh, damn. Okay.
Amazon, because you know you and I are both into computer things, and we like to upgrade our graphics cards and all that. So
Yeah.
like nerds and stoicism. So like sometimes I'll find that maybe I want a new graphics card, but I always tell myself, does the one I have still play the games that I want to play?
Yeah.
So like that game I got, Control Ultimate Edition, great game by the way.
Yeah.
Could I upgrade to put the settings on ultra or high at least? Yes, I can, but do I really need to? No, I don't, because I'm satisfied with how the game looks and it plays well. So, like, I feel like I don't really need to upgrade. So, and that's how I talk to myself when I find myself thinking, like, oh, it would be cool to just.
You froze. Are you good, Joey? Dudes, we're having technical difficulties. Be right back. Oh, I think it might actually be that Wi-Fi. 1 second, dudes. 1 second. Where'd Discord go? Oh, there it is. I don't exactly know what's happening, dudes. 1 second. Oh, the power went out. Um, Let me see what he wants to do. You know what, dudes? We will come back after Zen Burro's power comes back on. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Sorry, guys. We'll be back.